Salam and a very good day to Dr. Nuhayati and also my fellow classmates. My name is Izzah, Nadzirah, and together with my two teammates, one AINA, SYAHIRAH, and also MARDHIAH, we'll be delivering our presentation on the success stories, case studies, and achievements of SDG 6 in Austria. So a little overview of the presentation contents. We'll first discuss on the background of Sustainable Development Goal number 6 in Austria as a country. And next, we'll move on to the two case studies which have been chosen by my two friends, one AINA and also MARDHIAH. After we discuss these two case studies on the efforts of the Austrian government in achieving Sustainable Development Goal number 6, we'll move on to the conclusion where we will summarize the presentation contents, provide some key takeaways from the Austrians' efforts in achieving SDG 6 and also some recommendations. So what exactly is SDG 6? SDG 6 is one of the Sustainable Development Goals, one of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals outlined by the UN. And SDG 6 encompasses of clean water and sanitation, where it ensures the availability as sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. And under Sustainable Development Goal number 6, there are 8 targets which have been outlined by the UN for every country to take note and implement in their best efforts to achieve SDG number 6. So over the years, Austria has had its fair share of notable achievements in achieving SDG 6, and surprisingly, in their whole population, only 1% of the Austrian households do not have access to bath, shower, or toilet in their homes. So it's just a very, very small percentage of Austrians who do not have access to all these facilities in the comfort of their own homes. Next, Austria is often dubbed as one of the countries in the world which have the best water quality, and a water quality indicator shows that 80.4% of groundwater and surface water of good quality. And on top of that, the Austrians are not using a large amount of their available water resources. Instead, they only use 3% of their available water resources. It's a very small number. So this is a table provided by Statistics Austria in their latest 2021 report. And here they have provided the trends and on the national indicators which they have selected to present in their report. And all of these trends show a positive outcome in Austria's efforts to achieve SDG 6. So in the future, one of the future works which have been outlined by the Austrian government is that they aim to protect Austria's valuable water resources. And as mentioned by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture in Austria, Regions and Tourism is that they plan to implement the goal of sustainable management of water resources by means of standardized nationwide balancing of water use against water resources available. So not only are they is this effort to achieve SDG number 6, this practice also simultaneously is in line to achieve 2 other Sustainable Development Goals, which are SDG 2, Zero Hunger, and also SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. That's all for me for the background segment of this presentation. I'll pass this presentation to my teammate, one AINA.
Hi, my name is AINA SYAHIRAH, and I am going to present on the first successful case study of SDG 6 in Austria, which is known as Water Schools Project, that are initially implemented in the states of Vienna. So basically before this, about half of the kids in Austria actually do not meet the minimum hydration requirements. So in order to avoid that, the project is done to ensure that the students have easy access to safe and quality drinking water, which encourage them to stay hydrated. So there are a few actions that are being taken. And as we know, Austria is one of the countries where it has the privilege to access clean water through their water taps. So this project ensures that the drinking water in schools are also easily accessible via water taps. And then no other drinks are served and sold in schools other than plain drinking water to ensure that the children have limited access to other unhealthy options. And on top of that, in order to reach the aim, it takes more than just simply drinking water, where Posters and reminders on drinking rituals help to increase the water drinking activities are input to each classroom. And lastly, the students as well as teachers are trained to understand the value of getting quality drinking water and enough hydration in our body. Okay, moving on. The project initiatives are supported by the current European policy strategies such as Sustainable Development Goals, where the project has contributed to several goals of SDG, which are Goal 3, Good Health and Well-being, Goal 6, Clean Water and Sanitation, and Goal 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. Next is EU Drinking Water Directive, where it supports in improving the quality, accessibility, and ensuring safe and clean water for human consumption in EU member states. Then, on EU plastic strategy, it also supports the initiatives as it could reduce the usage of plastic bottles and protect the environment from plastic pollution, especially from the seas and oceans. And lastly, EU Action Plan on Childhood Obesity, where the goals are focusing on children to adopt healthy habits since younger age, where it should start from school. So it encouraged the schools to limit the access to unhealthy food options and also provide easy access to free drinking water to create a healthy well-being environment in schools. On the achievements from the project, as for now, 75% of all primary schools in Austria has become a water school where the students only drink tap water in school. And then there is a significant reduction of plastic usage that are used to package the water bottles since all the students and teachers are provided with free refillable drinking waters. Next, they have easy access to cheap and clean water sources for all students, as I have mentioned earlier, since they can easily obtain the drinking water. And then in addition, through the help of drinking rituals, it has encouraged the students to drink more water at young age to stay hydrated, and from this, they will be more energetic during class. And last but not least, it has also enhanced the school development, which has increased the awareness on health and well-being of students in school, as well as knowing as sustainable promoting school. I think that is all from me. The next case study will be presented by MARDHIAH. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good day, everyone. I'm Marda, and I will continue the presentation with the second successful case study for SDG number 6, Clean Water and Sanitation. The case study title is Development of the National Standard ONOB 25063 on soakeaways for rainwater in a joint project of public administration, university, and industry. This study is basically being one of a successful case study which describes requirements and tests for the filter materials used for cleaning precipitation discharge from zinc roof, copper roof, and paved areas, for example like roads. The study was done at Austria at national level, which addressed SDG number 6. It was considered successful as the study's results were input into ONOB 2506 Part 3 that serves as a basis for testing filter materials. Here I will present on the achievement of the case study. This study has already successful to prove the efficiency of the filter material used for cleaning precipitation discharge from zinc roof and etc. The first achievement is that the ONOB 2506-3, which includes the results from the case study, are used in many calls for tenders as the normative basis for the material of rainwater soakeaways in construction projects. Next, several manufacturers have already completed initial testing and inspection for their products according to ONOB 25063. There were also several manufacturers have received conformity certificates from the certification body of Austrian standards as they follow the ONOB 25063 that includes the result of the case study. All those certified products are already used in the construction project. These kind of achievements are worth with the hard work done by the researchers. Next, I would like to present the achievement of the case study, which can give some lesson that can be learned by public. First, the neutral platform of standardization was able to bring together the know-how of experienced companies with the expertise of the university and public administration. Next, the ONOM B25063 project shows how important it is to implement the results of research projects in practice and how standardization can function as a facilitator. ONOM B25063 makes a valuable contribution to SDG number 6 and also SDG number 315, which is life on land. So it should be one of the good role models for some countries. And lastly, the study results were input into ONOM B2506 Part 3 that serves as a basis for testing filter materials. From this statement, we can see that all of the research result is worth it. We should never give up on the project and research done. Try to be more positive with whatever we do so that all things will be good enough. I think that's all from me. I will hand over the presentation to the next presenter. Thank you.
So in conclusion, Austria has implemented several initiatives to fulfill SDG 6 nationwide, as outlined by the case studies presented by my friends, by my teammates AINA and MARDHIAH, of the Austrians' best efforts to fulfill SDG 6. And despite already having high rankings in water and sanitation, Austria still is continuing their projects to further improve its environment and water quality. And however, with its already good conditions and continued commitments to improve them, Austria can be dubbed as a model to the other nations in the world on how to provide clean water for country citizens. So some key takeaways from Austria is that we should build holistic regulations to simultaneously address other SDGs as outlined in the background section of this presentation, where the Austrian government is putting its best efforts to also address SDG 6, SDG 2, and also SDG 12 simultaneously. Another key takeaway from Austria is that education starts as early as in childhood, as outlined in the first key study presented by my teammate AINA, where the Austrian government is putting its best efforts to educate kids at an early age on the importance of having access to clean water. And next, last but not least, is the recommendations and future research. So in line with targets, the challenges that need to be addressed to achieve SDG 6 in Austria have to go beyond water and sanitation provision. And not only that, follow up transdisciplinary discourses and expansion of the evaluation of effects on targets of the other SDGs would highly contribute to the coherent implementation. That's all from our team. Thank you.